starting recording. Okay. Okay. Okay, I have started the recording now. Okay. So now these are all your serverless functions. Okay. So you have Lambda here in compute. This is running without any uh, EC2 instance. These are not without any EC2 instance. You will be running this service. Okay. So for compute, you required any EC2 instance or Kubernetes, something you need to run on this server. But this will run without a server. Okay, just a execution and then it will turn off. Okay, so there are other services. I will just walk through that. Okay, so the other services is like API and integration. Okay, you will have it. Event bridge, where they will be events that are generated with respect to AWS services. There are lot of services where you will be integrating more than 200 services. So if something is happening on that particular service, you will be taking that function, you will be triggering something. Okay, let's say triggering is something like a you can think like a anger point. Okay, so you have seen that agitation, students agitation, farmers agitation. So they will have something to trigger it. Okay, we are not happy with that. So that is their triggering point. Okay, so here you will be giving those events as a triggering point to your Lambda function. Okay, we will see that how that will get integrated, or you will be sending a message to API gateway. So we have discussed about what is API. API is like your interface. So you are telling something to start it. Okay, or to initiate something, you will be taking the input from this API gateway. Okay, whether you want to build something or you want to deploy, manage, or whatever you want to do, you will just take a input from this Amazon API gateway, because it will be the entry point to trigger something. Okay, this will be our main key to execute it. Okay, in the Lambda function. Okay, and then you have app sync. Okay, this will be for application to sync the program or logic. Okay, then we have data store. Okay, so data store without server, you will be managing that services. So you have Amazon S3, you will just be putting those storage on the cloud. Okay, you just create a bucket, and in that you will be storing the files. Okay, I'm just replying. Okay, so these are all about your data stores. Okay, so this is your Aurora serverless relational database. Okay, then you have Redis. Okay, which is your memory cache. This is also a database. Then you have Dynamo database. These are all related to data where you are going to store. So these are not with respect to any server. Then you have messaging here. Okay, so there are lot of messages that it will be coming, not our normal messages. So you don't think like your messages in sense of SMS. So there are lot of messages that it will be processing and then it will be executing that. Okay. So we will skip this for now, messaging and streaming. So all these, let's say in the data stream, what happens is, in the real time, you will be processing the data here. Okay. Let's say you want to process 1,000 servers. Okay. So all that 1,000 servers, you will be collecting that data, that will be streaming it to one service, that it will be capturing and it will be processing that. This is how Kinesis will process this. These are all the application messaging and streaming services. Then you have application services. Yesterday we saw the scheduler here. Okay. So the scheduler, you will be triggering that particular task, you will be triggering that. So these are all your application services where you want to integrate with that particular service. Okay. Then you have CDN here, content delivery network. So have you gone through content delivery network? I have explained you at least 2 times. I have explained the CDN here. Akamai, then Cloudflare. So how your content will be delivered to with low latency. Anybody recall this? CDN. No, yes, double S, double no. Silence means you have not captured this CDN. Okay.
No, sir.
No, no, Hanumant. I have told this CDN. If you want, I can open the YouTube links also. So I am capturing it for in what is what document I am capturing this. Okay. So anyways, so CDN, it will just capture all the data here. Okay. From multiple locations, and if you are near to that particular location, you will be selected to that particular services. You see it in the logo here. Okay. So the content is shared across the globe here. Let's say you are watching one movie in Netflix. Okay. So it will have a content delivery network. The same movie will be copied across all the global regions here. Like 15 to 20 regions it will be copied. Okay. So let's say you are watching the movie from Mumbai. Okay. You are into the flight. So whatever streaming has done 100 MB, that is done. Okay. Completed. So now once you restart it, you are into now Bangalore. Okay. That server will automatically connect to the Bangalore server and it will fetch that data, so that you will have low latency here. So you will not feel like you are contacting any remote server. So it will feel like you are getting it locally. So that is idea behind the CDN, content delivery network. Okay. So again you have it here, Amazon Bedrock. This is the generative AI. So whoever does a AI programming or AI, they will be using the Amazon Bedrock. Okay. So where they will be using this logic to generate all the content. So here we will have something called code build. So we will see that in our development AWS core services. Once after code commit, we will get into the code build and code deploy. So we will have 4 functions here. We will see that one. Okay. So what happened here? So this is how your serverless will be working. First you will be initiating to the API gateway here. Okay, this is where you will send a request. Okay, so like you are taking the input here, like this is collecting your movie ticket. Okay, or the entry point, anything you want to start the trigger here. So it will take and it will give it to Lambda. Okay, so now Lambda will take it. Okay, what I have to give the response here. So it is not at all required to be API gateway only. Okay, this can trigger anything. Okay, let's say someone will have a sunstroke when they go outside hot sun. Okay, even 40 degrees also they will not be able to bear that. Okay, that will be the triggering point for sunstroke or migraine. Okay, someone will be they will have a triggering point when they get into rain. Okay, so here you can have multiple triggering points to fetch into Amazon AWS Lambda here. Okay, so in AWS Lambda you are going to respond to it. What I have to do, what I should be running, what exactly I need to do. So you tell me what I have to do, I will do that. So do you want me to run something, or do you want me to add something, or you want to execute something, or you want to do some messages? What exactly you want me to do, I will do that. So then after that, what I have to store, what will be my response or result. So this is how a serverless workflow will happen. Okay, then we have events here. So event sources here, they can be your S3. So I am going to share something on that, or I am going to put any file. Okay, or API gateway, or anything that is on the DynamoDB streams here. Okay, so let's say I am getting some lot of messages I am getting. Okay, I will put if I am getting it messages onto my DynamoDB streams more than 100 or 120, then you trigger it. Okay, so then again you are watching on the cloud events. Okay, cloud watch means let's say you are getting any alerts, something like that. So you will trigger on that particular events. So these are all your events where you can start the trigger here. Okay, so one by one we will see it. So use cases, these are all other use cases. Okay, view. Zoom out. Okay. Now we have it here, Amazon AWS complete details. Okay, so you have a triggering point. So mostly you will be having these are the triggering points. Okay, So what I have to execute the function here. Okay, let's say I am calling here invocation. So invocation means you will be calling that particular function. Okay, so I am calling it. Okay, caller, I am giving you API gateway. Okay, you take the response and you execute it. So what should be my response? Okay, this is a synchronous, completely in synchronous process. Okay, asynchronous is, okay, so I will send you something. Okay, so you do that later. Okay, I don't want it immediately, so you can do that later. Okay, I will wait for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. You take your own time. I will be sending more more data to you. Okay, you just wait for 10-15 minutes and then you run it. Okay, so you let me know once you are done. I will be waiting for that. So this is asynchronous. Okay, you are calling it asynchronous, synchronous and asynchronous. Okay, then you have event source mapping here. So which pulls from the source here. So I will be catching all the data here. After I catch all the data, then I am going to process. Okay, so here let's say I will show it here. Okay, execution layer versions function command triggers. Okay, let's say you are we'll see normal analogy here. So you are executing function, your code plus configuration. So you are going to execute it here. Let's say this is your kitchen recipe. Okay, your function is your kitchen recipe. And then your triggering point is, so what is your invocation point here, event that will invoke the function here. Okay, so like a doorbell, ringing the doorbell. So I am going to ring the doorbell now. So if somebody is ringing the doorbell, what you will do? You will respond to that. At least you will see, okay, what is happening. Okay, so then we will have something called handler here. Handler means your entry point method in your code, or whatever you write it. Okay, you have it here, handler, your entry point to your function here. So what I have to do in that particular function, that will be called as handler. Let's say the chef who reads the recipe here. Okay, so he has ordered something. I have to cook on this recipe. He is looking for this particular dish. Okay, then you have event object. Okay, what is that I have been asked to do? Your data passed to the particular function, that is your event object. Okay, what is the event here? Input that triggers the lambda, or event object means what the data that I have. Okay, then let's say in the event object, let me see whether we have that event object. You have here event here, and event objects also you have. Okay, so contains input data from the trigger. Okay, so what I have to do, this is my data. Okay, event, this is my key, and you start the function here. Okay, so the delivery package, the contents of the delivery package, that is your event object. Okay, then context object here is your runtime information, what I have to run. Okay, how much time you have run, what is the memory you consumed. Okay, let's say 100 MB, 200 MB, 512 MB, and how many milliseconds you have run that particular function. This will be at the context object. What is the name of the function? Version, your request, and memory. Okay. So in our kitchen terms, if we speak, this is the kitchen timer and tools. How much time you took and what are the tools that you have used. Okay. And then your execution role here. So what is your role? What permissions you have to your function. This is your ID badge. Okay. So if you want to read or write something, you need to have S3 permission. If you want to do any other cloud watch or something like that, you should be using those permissions, or else you will not be able to perform that particular function here. So you need to have a permission to that specific role. Okay. So this is all about your Lambda. Okay, all these objects. Okay, then this is the life cycle of that particular cold start and warm start. Let me zoom this little bit. Okay, so this is in cold start. This will be your new environment. So you will invoke the function first. It will now take that environment. Okay, I want to run Python. Okay, I want to run Java. I want to run .NET. So then it will pick up the environment where I have to go and where I have to run. Okay. Once it takes that environment, now it will load that runtime. Okay. So I am going to execute that. Okay. I have my runtime now. Now it will initialize the code. Whatever you have given that code there, it will initialize the code and it will execute it. Okay. Then it will return the response, whether it is successful or it has thrown any errors. This is cold start. Okay. In warm start, what happens? You will already have the environment here. So I don't have to create it. This is already executed. I will reuse the environment here. So earlier when I have executed this, I still have this warmth. Okay. Now I am going to use the existing environment. Let's say you have executed a Python program. And now if I want to execute, it will take less time for me. Okay. If you have executed this, sorry, in 160 milliseconds, then it will execute in 30 or 40 milliseconds. Okay. This is cold start and this will be your warm start. And then you will have these configurations, Lambda configurations. What is your runtime, where you want to run. Okay. And handler, how you want to run it. Then memory, how much memory I am going to use this. Okay. So let's say you executed one program, okay, which took only 100 MB. Then 100 MB and then the timeout, how much time you took. Okay. You took 252 MB and you took 232 milliseconds. What are all the environment variables that you have set and executed? So whether you are running any Python program or Go program, Rust program. So anything that you are configuring those variables. Okay. Then your execution role, with what role you are executing this. Okay. Then you have something here, layers. Okay, we will see that what is the layer here. Okay. Then your VPC configuration. So you want to set up a cloud, or you want to set up the configuration. You want to set up a multi executionable environment. Okay, whether you need to have a separate networking configuration, so that it will take care of it. Okay, so again, concurrency settings. Concurrency settings is, so I want to execute this in 500 servers. I want to execute this in 500 servers, and I want that output in one file, because this is very time sensitive. I need to execute this within 150 milliseconds. So if I am going above 150 milliseconds, I don't want the output at all. Okay, let's say you are running one code here, okay, on your computer. Let's say it will take 8 minutes. Okay, I don't want it in 8 minutes. What you will do, you will split it across 5 computers or 8 computers. Okay, now you are running parallelly. That is your concurrency. Still I am getting the output in 1 minute. Okay, so 8 also I am not getting sufficient. Now I am splitting it into 80 servers now. So my function, my code is executing in 80 servers at a time. Okay, at a time, and I am getting that result in 10 seconds. So like that I am going to execute that in concurrency. Okay, so then again architecture here, whether is it x86 or ARM64. Okay, this is for your mobile, this one is for your computers. Okay, on which architecture I have to run this. Okay, so now you will be looking at the memory and CPU, how much they will be using it. Okay, so if your program is running it is taking memory, like 5 GB it took the memory. Okay, 5 GB it took means you may get 1 to 3 CPUs usage. Okay, and whatever execution time and your memory, that will be calculated for the billing purpose. Okay, so now you have it your layers here. Okay, so let's talk about the layers here. Okay, so I want to have a image here. Let me draw it. So I am going to execute one. I will upload one image here. Okay, so this image I am uploading in the S3 bucket. Okay, so once I upload this, what it has to do, this is a 16 MB file. Okay, so I have to run a function. Okay, a Lambda function. So this 16 MB, what it has to do, it has to compress to 1 MB. Okay, so you compress it to 1 MB. Okay, after that you put it a bookmark. Side you put it my company logo, and you take it copyright. Okay, so all it should happen automatically. Okay, and you create a thumbnail. This is my input bucket. Okay, so you create a output in output bucket. So this compressed file and modified file. Okay, you have copyright. Okay, So this you are attaching to this image here. So this is being done at the layers here. So layer 1 will be doing, okay, you put some function here for this layer, okay, you reduce the image here. So layer 1 will be doing this, and layer 2 will be doing the other function, like putting the copyright at the last or wherever you tell, that layer 2 will be doing it. Okay, so you might get that in Google you will get a video of your photos. Okay, I have images here, let's say I have lots of images. Okay, so what Google will do, okay, it will run a function. Okay, so let's say you have images, all images. Okay, so you consolidate 50 images. Okay, and now you create a video file backend. So you create a video file, layer 2, you create a video file with 50 images and store it in this location. Okay, so location 1 is input, okay, images. Location 2 will be my output S3, and you put all these output here in the MP4 format. Okay, so layer 1 and layer 2, they will be doing this processing, and they will be putting that particular video files. So this is where it will be processing it at the layers here. Layer 1, layer 2. So anyways, you will be executing your code. So on top of it, what exactly these layers have to do? Layer 1 and layer 2. Okay. Then your runtime. After that, what I have to do? Okay. Then again you will have versions also. Okay. So which one version will be for development? Which version will be for development? Which one will be for production? Which one will be for beta? Okay, version 1. Okay, we are going with the beta development version. Then once everything is done, okay, we will go ahead with the beta testing. Okay, so once everything is alpha is done, then we will go with beta. All the errors, everything is done, then we will go ahead with the production environment. So these are the versioning here of that Lambda function. Okay, so now you have a deployment strategy here. Okay, so we will see that deployment strategy, what is blue and green. In the other subsequent chapters, we will see what is blue and green. Okay, so now your pricing at the glance here. What is your pricing? Okay, so how the pricing will happen? Okay, so it will get the request. Okay, per million request, how many requests are coming, and then what is the compute duration? It will be GB per second. So how much memory you are using per second here? Okay, it will be calculated plus the duration. Okay, your request, how many you are making that request. The program, it depends on your program code, how your program is executing, how that instructions are coming. So that it will consider, and then the amount of duration that you will be using that duration. That is how you will be billed for your Lambda function. Okay. So in US they will be doing this data processing in the backend. Who will win this election? Based on the social media post likes, they will do the sentiment analysis. Okay, and then you need to have your diabetic profile. So they will put you something on your arm, okay, where it will be sending the data, small tiny data, it will be sending that sensor data to the device, so that it will be processing and it will be streaming to the services, online services, okay. So there also you will be processing it, you are not going to own anything, so you will trigger it, okay, you capture all the data and you connect, you send me data every 2 minutes once or 3 minutes once, you send me the data, okay. So you have scheduled task here, you have cloud watch events or event bridge from where you will be triggering all these scheduled tasks, okay. Then file processing, so we have yesterday done this, uploading the file and then doing it, so we just done it for the example here, okay. So you can be doing it a lot more rather than doing a normal programming. So you will be doing it validation, your PDF generation. Let's say you have 1 mg, okay. So you uploaded something in 1 mg. So you will be checking that whether you have a valid prescription or not. So one side your input will be checking, okay, this is the prescription that medicines are prescribed, and this is the listed one you are ordering where you have all the medicines. Whichever is not matching, you will generate, okay, this is not applicable, you don't have a valid prescription. So this you are processing the image here, whether you want to do a re-imaging or you want to do a video transcoding, okay. I am uploading it in MKV, you transmit that or transfer it into MP4 or convert it into MP4, okay. So I have all images, 50 images, you make a video out of it, okay. So these are all your use cases. Then you have chat bots, okay, if someone is sending message, what should be the response, okay, what I have to pick, so those are all the responses. Then you have authentication and authorization, pre sign up what I have to trigger, post sign up what I have to trigger, what should be my challenges, whether I need to do some captcha challenge or whether I have to confirm whether this guy is a human or robot, what should be the challenges for this guy for authentication, okay. If anyone is visiting my site, what I have to do at the initial layer, initial response, okay. These are the limits, okay. So if you are running more than 15 minutes, if the function is more than running 15 minutes, then you should not be using the functions here. So you should be hosting the EC2 instance, or you should be going with long running task, okay. So memory normally you will get 128 MB to 10 GB approximately. So all small programs it will execute near 250 to 240 MB, okay. So if you are using more memory, okay, if your program is lengthy, then your CPU will also be higher. Once CPU is higher, you will incur cost, okay. This is proportionate. If your memory is high, then your CPU is also high. So CPU means it will be costly here, okay. So all your deployment packages, okay, will be unzipped, okay. If you want to upload something, okay, So you will be taking the zip file and you will send it to that particular S3 bucket. Okay. Or in function, it will say, okay, you upload the zip file. So once you upload that zip file, it will open everything and it will check the dependency what I have to run. Let's say you have run some programs. Okay. So you executed all programs in your computer and then you made it a zip file and you uploaded that. So let's say I will give you one example here. So you have done a streaming of your services. Let's say this is video conversion. Okay. So images, if you upload images, this will convert into image to video. Let's say you have a function here. So you installed it from internet and you have configured it on your computer. Okay. This is your image to video. Okay. This is on your Linux. This is a folder where it got installed. So this having more than 1200 files in this /home/ user1, okay, /image to video. Okay, this is your location. So under this you have 1020 files. Okay. So if you have this, then only it will run, this function will run image to video. Okay. So what you will do, if you run on your computer, it will run fine. Okay. You can convert image into video. So now what you are doing, so you will convert the entire folder to zip file. Okay. So this zip file you will be uploading it to your Amazon. Okay. So if it is less than 10 MB, it will directly take in that trigger section. Okay. You can directly upload the zip file. If it is greater than 10 MB, you will upload it to the S3 bucket. Okay. Then you will mention, okay, you pick that file from here. So now whenever you call the function, whenever that event occurs, it will take this, okay, zip file and then it will run all these, it will execute. That is what your unzipping is, deployment package. Okay. Concurrent execution. Okay. At least protects against runaway cost. Okay. Runaway cost means you are executing and you didn't got any output. Okay. So your program executed for 10 minutes and you didn't got the output. Okay. Some error happened and that is done. That it will not going that it is not going to happen with this. Okay. You will have 1000 by default execution, your concurrent execution. Okay. Then you have payload size. Okay. Payload size is like how I have to sync up with other files. Okay. If you are having let's say, I will take the paint here again. So I am having it here 100 MB. Okay. So if something is missing, let's say you are having it, it is not able to capture the all 100 MB. Okay. So during sync, this is missing. Then it will use the other storage to get this data. Okay. Environment variables. So only 4 KB total. More than that, you cannot use the environment variables here. So if you type env in Linux, you can get those environment variables. And if you want to use any secrets here, means your passwords or keys, you will not use it through your keys here in variables. So you will be using the AWS secrets manager. All passwords will be stored here. So you will not put any passwords in your environment variables. So if you are into Linux, then you will understand that Linux environment, how it will work. Okay. So this is all about your AWS Lambda. We will run 2-3 examples. So then we will move into a different topic.